Hi guys, this read is going to be for Gemini, so let's go ahead and get started. Alrighty, so universe, what messages do you have for Gemini today? What guidance? What advice? You got some warnings, some affirmations. Help Gemini out on their path in life. What do you got to say to Gemini today, universe? Alrighty, I think she's good to go. I got cards getting ready to drop out there. So I pulled the Harmony card. Victory and success. Fulfillment of wishes. Shadow. And heartache and loss. I think we're definitely I think heartache and loss is where we're stuck at right now. I feel like shadow speaks to finding clarity and shedding light on a situation so that you can find your way through it. So I feel like right now you're stuck in negative emotions, stuck in hurt, suffering in silence. I got spiritual strength as well, sacrifice, emotional loss, and then positive movement forward. I feel like we're definitely dealing with a heartbreak. Maybe one that we didn't see coming. I feel like we're going to have to do some introspection, some soul searching to really find some clarity in the situation, be able to heal our wounds and move on. So I feel like the Harmony card speaks of finding inner peace, processing and moving past all the hurt, and finding inner peace in your life. I have the Six of Swords. She tends to represent moving from rough times into calmer ones as well. And I think she speaks of your healing process here and moving past the hurt and finding that inner peace. The Two of Wands to me speaks of you choosing to move past the path or the past, because I feel like right now you're feeling very much stuck in it. You're having a hard time dealing, you're having a hard time moving on. I feel like the Two of Wands is speaking to making the choice of moving on. I have the Two of Pentacles, and he represents finding a balance in life. And I feel like he speaks to you being unbalanced right now. I feel like you're having trouble just going through the everyday motions because these emotions are very overwhelming. And so your life has become out of balance because of it all. I have the High Priestess, and she represents things that are still to be uncovered, truths that you don't know about yet, but that you will find out when the time is right. And I feel like that speaks to this journey of healing. I feel like it speaks to the clarity that you will find along the way and the hope for coming out the other side of this and being okay. So I have the Ace of Wands. I have it sitting next to the Six of Cups. To me, I get the vibe of a child or children attached to the situation. And maybe that's also what's making it so hard to move forward, is you're dealing with other people's emotions and the emotional fallout of this situation as well. I have the Eight of Pentacles. To me, it represents you teaching the children how to cope with loss. They're learning from watching you. I have the Eight of Pentacles next to the Strength card. So to me, I feel like the tarot cards are telling you to teach your children to be strong in dealing with this loss. I have the Death card as well. And the Death card tends to represent transition and moving on in your life, closing the door on one chapter and beginning another. And I feel like that all speaks to this line as well, of teaching your kids how to move forward and how to start again, how to let go of the past. I have the Emperor card here, and he usually speaks of all kinds of positive things. I just don't get that vibe in this read. The vibe that I get is that this was your partner, and that your partner thought they knew everything, and they were always right. They were this all-knowing emperor. That is the vibe that I get off of him, and I've never had that before. And next to him, I got the Three of Swords, which tends to represent separation. And sometimes it's separation with the chance of reconciliation, but I don't think that's the case here. Coupled with the Death card, I think it's a permanent separation. I think it's a permanent breakup. I feel like there was a lot of fighting. There was a lot of conflict. There was a lot of drama when this person was around, when you two were together. The house was like chaos. Because I think the two of you were fighting. I think you guys were fighting with the kids. I think the kids were fighting with each other. I feel like being able to step away was the best thing that happened. Or maybe this person stepped away and it might have hurt, but I feel like it was the best thing for everyone because it calmed things down. It took some of the fighting and some of the chaos out of it. I have the Hermit card. The Hermit card tends to represent introspection and doing some soul searching and some thinking. I also got him on top of the Eight of Pentacles, which tends to be called the Apprentice card. And so I think it also ties in with learning for you and learning lessons from the past and learning to move on. I have the Nine of Pentacles, and she represents abundance. Sometimes she'll speak of finances. Pentacles usually do, but in this read I just feel happiness coming off of her. And I think that's what you're getting by having this chaos out of your house. I definitely feel like you're still conflicted. Like you still have all those emotions and that hurt and the confusion, I think maybe even as to why it ended. And having trouble seeing your way through. And maybe that's part of why you're having such a tough time moving on, is you're not entirely sure exactly what it was that ended it. Because I think maybe it was this person that walked away. I have the Queen of Swords here, and she tends to represent, to me, finding personal truths, shedding light on truth. I have the Temperance card in between them, which represents a balance of logic and emotion. So I think you're going to have to set emotion aside, do some deep thinking and look at things from a rational and logical point of view. And I think in that you're going to find some truth and you're going to find some clarity. And the Eight of Cups represents moving off forward positive journey. And I think that's what you're going to be doing. Once you can find clarity in all of this and heal, it's definitely going to be a new journey for you in your life. So I have two cards that to me speak of this. This has been going on for a long time. So I have the Nine of Wands, which can represent a goal that you've been working towards for a long, long time, and you're tired, and you're feeling like, am I ever going to get there? And sort of slugging away at it. It speaks to perseverance. I also have the Knight of Pentacles, which usually speaks of something you've been working towards for a long time, finally coming to fruition. To me in this read, they speak of this was a long time coming. Like this relationship had, this dynamic had devolved quite a while ago, and things have been unhappy for quite a long time. I also feel like the Knight of Pentacles speaks of this being a process of you getting back on your feet. That's also not going to happen overnight. It's going to take a little while for you to sort everything out. Like I said, get your feet back under you. Feel stable again. I have the Hierophant here, and he can speak to a higher learning. He can also speak to an institution as well. I'm not entirely sure that he doesn't speak to an institution. Because this was such a long-term relationship, I wonder if there aren't legal implications on dissolving it. And I wonder if the Judgment card doesn't speak to that as well. I wasn't quite sure how she fit in, but that would definitely make sense to me. That there's still some unknowns there as to how everything's sort of going to get divided, and why this is going to take a bit longer to actually separate, because you guys are still legally tied together. So it's going to be a process of sort of untangling all of that as well. I have the Fool card. To me, the Fool card represents taking a leap of faith, trusting the universe, trusting that you can handle what comes your way. I have the Two of Swords as well. Oh, I don't really like these cards. So I have 2 Page cards. I believe they represent the children. One is very clever, outgoing, more outspoken. I feel like one is a bit more reserved and quiet. And then I have the Two of Swords, which represents a choice. So I think custody might be an issue here that's on the table. I also have the Magician card, and the Magician card speaks of having all the tools that you need to be successful. So I feel like you're definitely going to have to draw on your inner strength and every trick in the book that you can think of to keep what's left of your family together. So I pulled the chakra that deals with emotions and desires. I pulled discontent and boredom, the crown chakra, which tends to deal with spirituality, and I have the fertility card, and to me this speaks of growing a new future, of being able to heal from wounds of the past, and being able to let go and trusting yourself, and growing a new life and a new future for you and your family with all these uncertain changes that are happening. Alrighty guys, that's what this read said to me. Please feel free to comment because I love hearing from you guys. Take care.